how do we change culture? That's a huge question because cultures are very complicated, but they do change over time. They change over decades and centuries. Certainly, our culture has changed dramatically with the advent of the new technology that we have. And the culture is essentially made up of two elements, values and norms. The values are the things that we care about. In America, we care about money, right? We care about the family. Some would say we care more about money than we care about the family because a lot of us have moved far away from our family for better jobs. We care about privacy. We care about public health. We care about education. We care about personal liberty. And we care about democracy. Those are our values, at least some of them. The norms are the things that are the reflections of those values. How do we do what we do? How do we act out those values? For example, if you have a value about being very religious, spirituality is an important value. You're going to have some norms that reflect that. Maybe you're praying 5 times a day facing Mecca or going to midnight mass or engaged in regular religious practices on Sunday mornings. Those norms are going to reflect that value. The value of going to school to get an education is a norm that's both about our value of education and moving up the economic ladder. And so we have all these rules. Some of them are just little customs, how we greet each other, the types of food that we eat, how we talk about certain things in public and certain things in private. Some of them are encoded into laws. And we have these values that guide these norms. For example, we value democracy. What's a norm around that? Every November we get together and vote, right? That's just one example of a norm that reflects our democracy. So the way that you change culture is not by changing the values, but by changing the norms that they're a reflection of. The little rules that allow us to get to that value. So, for example, we value safety. Safety is an important value. We want everybody to be clear on their individual ability to be safe. So let's have norms that reflect those values, like de-escalating away from violence. Now, if you have a norm where everybody just automatically fights, that's not getting us to our value about personal safety. So we develop these conversations about what are the norms that get us to the values. So having conversations about the values allows us to figure out what the best norms are that can help change the culture. And it doesn't happen overnight, but slowly these conversations allow us to monkey wrench the culture that we have and change it to something that is more closely aligned with our values like personal safety.